and 12 to 15 months is the ideal timing, 12 months.
Yes.
And if I'm coming to the project team, see, project team is what the people are working under that implementation project. So if the company is having how many, I mean, this team will be, formed according to the requirement of the company. I mean, that company, which company you want to implement. See, every company need not to have all the enterprise units, whatever the Chanu sir has explained. No, it is not necessary to have all. It's again whether they want to have a segment area reporting, business area reporting, profit center reporting. It's again depends. If they want, they can have it. If they don't want, they control area management. So many, in market, many companies are not using controlling area. I'm saying, so it again depends on that.
Client wish.
If they ask you the team members, sorry, can I?
Yeah, it's up to client wish.
Yes, up to client wish. I mean, it's not about client wish. It's about see, team forming is the implementation team's responsibility. Client will say, I have a tally, I need SAP. Who will implement for me? He will ask to whether Mindtree or IBM or Tech Mahindra, some other Accenture, and they will make a one bid, and it will happen in high level only. I never met, I was there in 5 years of project. I never met my delivery manager also. That would be the scenario also. That will happen in the high level. In general, I'm speaking. For the knowledge sake, we know who was my delivery manager and what they do. I mean, everything will be performed. We will be, as Chanu sir said, as a team members, initial team members, we will be given a focus of the project only in a kickoff meeting. And there, somebody has shared that, okay, we will be having the introduction, we will be having the documents. And basically, first day would be most about the introduction about each other.
Yes.
Okay, so after that, a little bit of, nobody starts in a first day of working. I think it will graduate, because as you know, as I said, it will take 1 year. Everybody knows that, how it is. So first, everybody want to know each, if they know earlier, if they are coming from the same company also, sometimes what happens, the project team members from different within a company also, if I say that company has given this implementation project to Mindtree. In Mindtree also, the same particular team people will not come. So they would be in a different projects. They will be selected and they will make a team and assign to that implementation project. This is how it happens.
Yes.
So here, so again, so team has formed and they have taken an introduction of each other, and this documentation will sharing. This will gradually happens. Initially, they want to. They will give very basic minimum idea about what are the tools they are going to use. See, we are not, as per my knowledge, SAP implementation is only 20% of the work. Apart from that, what we do know, that is very big task, like documentation preparation, storing in a particular storage device and a tool. They will be having a solution manager or ALM, HPALM, whatever. See, doing work is not important. In a project, making the documentation, formatting it, and structure, everything should be kept in a particular tool. Ideally, what they do, they give you the idea about the project, what are the tools they are going to use, and so how to do, who will be reporting to whom, and these things will be discussed.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what happens as per my knowledge. About why I come into picture means I never. It was I heard that 2 years also. It is very rare case.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the ideal time, as I had, 12 to 15 months.
Yes.
And the time, project team members, usually we talk about only our modules.
Yes. Correct.
For particular implementation, there will be sales and distribution module. There will be material management. There will be production planning. Some other models would be there. As a FI and FIC, usually in market, FI and CO, they mixing both. But usually we call FICO consultant. But when you go to the project, no, FI and CO, they are very vast in knowledge wise, no. So again, there also we will be having we will be sitting together. We will be
Yes, Prashant. Actually, your voice is not audible now.
Oh, okay.
It's fine now. Yeah, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. This is my, and yeah, it's whatever we are talking about is about waterfall model or ASAP model. ASAP methodology is the replication of waterfall model. Now
Yeah.
we have, I mean, in S4HANA, the SAP has, I mean, given a idea saying that we can, I mean, we should go on activate methodology. That is a other way of doing a work. You see, this methodology is defines how we are going to do our work. See, in waterfall model or ASAP model, what happens? We will gather the information, we will plan, we will execute it, and after that, we will give KT, and we will have a. I mean, this is some other kind of work, whatever we are doing in ASAP. In activate methodology, it is basically a way of working in agile. So it's a replica of agile. And in layman language, if I want to, I mean, for a simple understanding, these methodologies are way of working, whether it may be a ASAP methodology or a activate methodology. What we do in ASAP methodology, we have seen now. And activate methodology, if somebody is having a agile methodology way of working, they can easily correlate it. How they can work and how they do, whatever, that is different. So they are not hard and burden rule. It is only, it gives the instruction how we are going to do our work. I mean, our implementation project or support, sorry, not support, this rollout project, conversion projects. These are all will be comes under these methodologies.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
if
Yeah.
somebody is missing something or I'm gathering the information somewhere else, they can
Very
ask.
good, very good, Prashant. Thank you very
I'm
much.
here only
Actually,
to share my
yeah,
knowledge. I mean, my
yeah,
experience.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Prashant. Actually, very good knowledge you have shared.
Anybody, I mean, anything I led to confusion saying that it was earlier something different they thought and I'm giving something else.
No,
No.
thank you, Prashant. It is very
Sir,
helpful.
thank you, Prashant. You're explaining good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so as of now, we have discussed 6 questions. Okay, and then if you go seventh question, on what basis you gather requirements? Okay, so the requirement gathering in real time basically will normally if you are working as a consultant. Okay, so requirements will be shared by your manager or your team lead. So, like that, your requirements will come as is information. Okay, so requirements may come from your manager and your team leads, like that. And if some cases you need to ask client, you have to send an email to client that what for particular month what changes he wants to implement in the system. For example, if you are doing a supporting project, if you are working for supporting project, so you need to ask the client. So for this month, what changes you are expecting into the system? If there is nothing, then there is no configuration. If there is something, then we need to do configure. And if it is implementation project, we have anyhow business blueprint, so we have to follow that. And if there is any additions, everything will include in that, and again we need to do the configuration. So this is what I know as of now. If someone knows anything, please add. Okay, this will be a very good question.
Yeah, Mahinder, I agree with you, but I will explain in detail. So, business require gathering is like as is to be and gap analysis. It's nothing but client will give their current business information and he will explain roles, objectives, and project scenarios and business process, which is nothing but how many company codes they have, how many plants they have, about purchase order, and all he will explain. So he will just give the information about the business process. So our duty is to communicate with the client and gather all business requirements, and we have to prepare documents like as is you all know that it's prepared by the client, which is nothing but current document. He will explain project goals and all in as is document. With the help of as is document, we need to prepare to be. So to be document, which is nothing but SAP document, and also gap analysis is also comes under this business requirement. So uh, here from processing standard to customization, we have to contact to this technical consultant also, in my point of view. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. So if anyone wants to add, please. Okay, fine. And next, eighth question we have, from which phase of ASAP methodology you involved in implementation project? So in ASAP methodology, we have to, so this question is, we need to tell that we have involved as a consultant, we have to tell that we have involved in the kickoff meeting only. So you should not say that we have involved in the business blueprint, something like that, because that will happen at high level, whatever Prashant told, and even Chanu are told. Our answer should be for this. We have involved in the kickoff meeting only. Okay, and but in interview point of view, you people can explain more. Okay, please add something. If this question, if anyone knows the answer more than this.
I think we can avoid, because since as I know what we are doing, we are preparing for the getting no. So even though we are showing our experience, I mean, we are consultant of 4 years also. I mean, it is ideally in a general market. I mean, we will be not part of any planning level and all. What happens in a project? I want to give some idea about the organizational structure of the implementation project team. So once earlier I said it has given to some company to implement. So there what happens? One delivery manager would be there. His responsibility is to deliver that project to that client company. What he do? He will take another 3 sub managers under him, delivery manager, and he will give responsibility. It may across the modules or particular module also. Again, it depends on the company, how they are working. Okay, these manager, I mean, if for example, I am taking for the like module, one manager, FI module, one manager, okay, and this SD module, one manager. What he will do? Again, he will have a one team lead. He will have a one team of 10 members or 7 members or 4 members, 5 members. He will make some experienced guy. For example, everybody is under 2 years of experience, and so one guy is around 4 years of experience. He will appoint or he will make as a team lead. In that also, what happens? Again, there is a concept called reporting manager. I mean, whoever worked under a corporate level, they will know. Every associate will have his own reporting manager. Reporting managers work majorly keeping track of the resource, what are the deliverables are assigned and how much he has delivered, and what was the expected and all that kind of work he will do. He will not come to your SAP and he will do that configuration, issue resolving. That will comes under team and team lead level only, as per my knowledge. They will not speak about SAP. They will ask about the task. What happened to the, for example, today's task, I mean, for 15 days, they will take a work of like organization structure. He will come and ask, okay, are we able to deliver the organization structure for the day? I mean, for the week? And the team lead, if it is yes, he say, okay, we have configured the organization structure. And later on, he will say, okay, where is the document? I don't see it. And why he said that? Whatever we do, he will not go into SAP. He will look into the tool where he will be tracking. So responsibility of a team lead is to taking, I mean, configuring from the associates, guiding them, and team lead will associate, I mean, he will first explain how to do it, and associate will do it, and he will ask them to prepare a document. What is the scenario, under which project we have done, what is the task ID, where to put it. And after they are all doing, he will monitor it. Okay, he will open randomly one document. Okay, you have done this, you have not changed the document, and you have not given further review. And one basic idea about the document, every document will have a reviews, minimum 2 reviews. That is called dual control. In no project, no single associate is responsible for the approving document. There should be minimum of dual control, every document. I mean, if I am saying a document, it's not about some. Hello.
Yes, Prashant. Just some.
Yeah. So a document means what we have done. Every phase will have its own document structure. I mean, they can name it on their convention also. They can tell anything. I mean, it's for the configuration, it's for the particular project. They will give a format how to document all the work what we have done. And in that document, according to the structure or the format, we will prepare a document. We will put it in some tool, whether it may be a SharePoint, whether it may be a solution manager, whether it may be ALM. He will track of those. And why manager asked, even though associates have configured the organization structure, he was not able to see it in the tool. So why I am tracing back again is doing an SAP work. It is not important in project. They are why they need associates. Why they need experienced guy. They are recruiting not for only SAP. It's for the way of work. So they are SAP can be learned in a 30, 40, 50 days also. But the way of work, that experience, as Chanu sir said in a project day one, it cannot be explained. It should be experienced only. It is not like that. It's like hard. I mean, rocket science and all. It's all about the sharing a knowledge. Everybody is working. I mean, if you are not also working also, by speaking to the other guys, you will come to know how. I mean, it's not that hard and burden. I mean, once you go into the IT, you will feel how it is. It's not like that. So everybody will be alert and everybody is doing and everybody is preparing and all. It's all about all the natural way only. And it's not like what we are doing in our organization also. Everything will be doing that. But the way of working is different. That's it. Corporate culture is something different. You will gel within 10 to 15 days. 10, 15 days, if we are able to manage yourself now, then definitely you can manage, because anyhow you are doing hard work and you have a knowledge about SAP. Only there, no resources are only, as per my knowledge, 60% of people are not working on SAP, even though they are SAP consultant. So this is the way of work. I mean, that's why I'm giving this idea about the team and manager and all. No? Why they are looking for the associates, and the manager work is to monitor the resource, what are the deliverables. Why he is asking? He has to report somebody what he has delivered. That particular, ideally, the delivery manager will not come and ask you, have you delivered the organization structure? No, he will not ask. That particular module manager will come and he will not ask again associates also. He will ask only team lead. Okay, I need to prepare this report for the week. So have you done it? If he said yes, why it is not uploaded in the particular tool? And he will take that that manager, if you want, he can go into that document, and usually he will go into document. I mean to say, he will not go into SAP and check and all. Now he will look into the only reports, what he has prepared, the team lead, and according to that, he will report to his manager. And delivery manager will again go back to the customer saying that, okay, for first month, we are able to understand this and all. And in SAP, we have done, these are all works. Okay.
Yes, Prasan. Good experience for everyone. This is entire thing is a real time. I think he is explaining real time. Okay, please listen carefully and understand the process in the project. Okay, so in real time it will happen like that only. Okay, thank you, Prashant. Very good explanation. And actually, in this call we have 37 members, and everybody should use this opportunity. Please, add whatever you know. No problem if you don't know answer correctly, also not a problem. Okay, just you give your opinion. Okay, so that's how we can learn. We can go ahead very well. I can go in future also. And ninth question, what are the activities they do in project preparation phase? Okay, so basically for this I will give you answer. What are the activities they do in project preparation? See, project preparation, we will do planning and budgeting, and budgeting is nothing but cost of the project,
Goals
and
and setting goals and objectives.
yeah, SLAs, objectives, and also in project preparation also we have a kickoff meeting. So all these things will happen in the project preparation phase. Okay,
Understanding the business process, building
yeah,
a
correct.
qualified, capable project team, kickoff
Yes,
meeting.
yeah, please go.
Project duration also, and client expectations also will do.
Yeah, everything. It is including everything. Planning, project objectives, budgeting, SLAs, client interaction, kickoff meetings, and everything will happen in this phase. Please add on it. Okay, clear on this question? If anyone wants to add, please add on it. Okay, next question is, what are the documents you prepare in business blueprint phase? Okay, so in business blueprint phase, normally actually in business blueprint is nothing but entire project structure. Okay,
document, as is document.
yeah. So what client wants from SAP, okay, what we are going to implement in the system, so that entire functionality he will give his entire requirement, and based on that we will do the business project planning. Okay, and then in business blueprint also we will mention all SLAs and everything, and we will mention, like it is like we have strategic level, operation level, implementation level, right? We have FSO consultant roles. So all these activities will be involved in this business blueprint. So for everything we have SLA. Okay, for every configuration or everything we have SLAs also, and troubleshooting, and we have MIS and everything, end user training, and all these things will prepare in business blueprint only. Okay, if anybody knows more than this, please add. Okay, even everybody will come to know that. So time's yours, please. If not, then okay, so that is the business blueprint. We will prepare as is document, and as is nothing but client requirement. Okay, to be document. If there is any gaps also, we will fulfill in, we will do that also in the business blueprint. So where exactly you will find in gaps? Okay, can anyone answer this question, please? Where exactly you will find in gaps? So where we can find the gaps? Okay, we have this is explained 2 times 3 times by Chanu sir. These gaps, how we need to fulfill these gaps.
So basically, as is document and to be document, if we compare, then we can find out where exactly the gap is. That is the gap analysis we do.
Yes, exactly, correct answer. And anyone, please?
And as per customer satisfaction, we need to add the gap also.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Alok. As per my knowledge,
Yeah.
Gap analysis is, I think, it is a correlated between as is and to be document.
Yes. Next.
Actually, SAP standard tables report formats may not fulfill the client requirement. On that basis, consultant will go for the gap analysis with the help of buffer.
Yes. Anyone? And we have similar question like what is gap also. So we can say answer together, one answer for both. 3 questions.
Yeah, Mahendra, as
Yeah.
of I know, in business blueprint, the consultant has to prepare to be document, I mean essay document. When, for example, a client is required certain specific, he had to add something more, where a client consultant has already prepared the SAP document, like he has already prepared the configuration, but he had to, client requirement is he has to add more data, and the SAP consultant don't know how to add, and he doesn't have technical knowledge. He can take the help of a adapter, and he will make configurations. He has more data. In that manner, he have to customize as per the client requirement. So, in my knowledge, gap analysis is nothing but as is document as the client provides the requirements. So, he have to customize the process, and he has to fill that gap.
Yes, correct. I think your name is Sunita, right? Yes.
Shahida.
Shahida. Okay, fine. Yeah. And Anyone, please?
Sir,
So we have many
once you need-
questions.
Mahendra sir?
Yeah, I am not, sir. I am just your. I am also student of Chanu, sir. Okay, just call me as Mahendra.
Okay, no problem. As my point of view, gap may occur at the point where we cannot solve the client issues. At that time, gap will occur. In my point of view,
Okay.
is it right? We cannot solve the client issues at that time. At that time, actually, gap occurs.
Yeah. See, first of all, when you receive as is requirement, as is document, okay, that is
Document,
nothing but
yeah.
client requirement. So when you analyze that requirement, so and when you compare with your to be document, there will be some gap will find. Okay, so that
Yes.
gap you need to identify, and that gap we need to discuss with our manager or our client, and what are the impacts, and if you do some configuration in SAP, that will hit that will have some impact on other settings also, configurations also. So you have to analyze all this, and you need to find that gap first of all. So that is very important. Yeah, yeah, correct. You are also correct.
Analyzing the scenarios are first important.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mahendra,
Yes.
I don't know if GAP is a full form, anything is there?
See, gap is nothing but normal gap. It's a gap between you and me. It's a gap. Okay, there is no full form. It's not Indian accounting standards gap, generally accepted accounting principle. It's not like not that. It's normal gap.
Okay.
And we have another question. What is gap? All these similar questions only. Sorry. Sorry guys, just sorry for interrupting. And did you find any gaps in implementation project? Okay, all implementation. Okay, this is some of tricky question. So did you find any gaps in implementation project? So when you are going to implement something, do you think you really find a gap? Gap when it will happen? When what I understand is from this question is, so in implementation project there is no gap. So you have to implement everything from scratch. Okay, there is no implemented system. What this is my understanding. I may be wrong. So when you are implementing new project, everything from starting from scratch to till go live, you need to do entire configuration. And after implementation completes, we will give to the system to the end user to work on his day-to-day business activities. Okay. So in that case, I think we will not find any gaps because altogether it is a new requirement. I may be wrong. Please add. Okay, that will be helpful for me also and everyone.
Yeah, hi Mahendra. There may be a chances of a gap, even though it's an implementation project. For example, if you forgot something to configure, there may be a gap. If you are unable to meet the client's requirement, there may be a gap like that.
Yes, yes, Sudhir. And
there
may be
a
chances
gap.
also. There may be chances also. Actually, we have prepared business blueprint and we have started configuration. And in the middle of the project, client will come with some new requirement and he will ask to do this also. So at that time, we will find the gap. Okay.
Yeah, gap also.
So there also we will find the gap. So yes, for this question, yes, we will find the gaps. Answer this question. Did you find any gaps in implementation project? Yes, we can find. There are some certain scenarios where we can find gaps in implementation project. So whatever Sudhir told and my point also. Okay. And if anyone knows more, please add. And otherwise, we will go for next question.
Yeah, under implementation project, there will be operational level, right? Where we will do planning and all. There gap analysis will occur. So in operational level, we will get gap analysis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And next question, did you face any gaps in business blueprint? Obviously, we will face, okay, in business blueprint, okay. So normally whenever you prepare business blueprint, so yeah, for time being, he will give some certain of details and everything to you. And then later he will come up with new requirement or something needs to be implemented or something needs to be more. Then that time we need to include that in the business blueprint also. And the same time in the system also we need to configure that. So that will be the there also gap will become. Okay, if anyone wants to add for 14th question, please answer. So did you face any gaps in BBP, business blueprint phase? Question. Okay. Okay, if not there, next we'll go for next question. What is the tenure for business blueprint? See business blueprint in real time scenario, it will take 2 months, 1 month. It depends upon the project again, and depends upon the project. It depends upon the project only. It will take minimum 2 months or 1 month, like that. Business blueprint will take time. Business blueprint will happen at high level. Okay, this business blueprint will happen between client and consulting company. Okay, please add anyone, please. Okay, fine. If nothing, if there is nothing to add, I will move to the 16th question. What is the most critical phase of ASAP methodology? Okay, so can anyone answer for this? What is the most critical phase of ASAP methodology? So for this answer is business blueprint preparation. Business blueprint. Okay.
BPPB only.
Yeah. So preparation of business blueprint will take for this. When you go to prepare business blueprint, you should have good understanding, and you should have good knowledge on the system, SAP system also, and we need to understand the client requirement, and we need to sit with the client, and we need to understand his all requirements. Okay, so business blueprint will have very good critical phase. Okay, this will happen at a higher level, and as a consultant, we will most of the times we will not involve in this phase. Okay, please add anyone. Okay, if not there, next we'll go move to the 17th question. Where servers are located? Where the servers are located the location. See, basically, even also I am getting confused on this question. If anyone knows, please answer. Normally in our SAP landscape, Chanu sir explained about landscape, right? We have different systems. Systems are nothing but servers. Okay, they are the servers. Okay, so one kind, if you say is servers, we can say this development system.
The server comes under ECC or S4HANA, like that, right?
See, yeah, if it is a ECC, if you are working for ECC, if you are working for S4HANA, it depends upon the server. So landscape will be the same.
Yeah, landscape.
Yeah, the landscape may be different. That will be vary from different project to project. Okay. So this question, this question is very, I feel somehow tricky question. Normally, few of the organization, they will maintain servers separately. They will maintain, if for example, if you take Facebook, they have servers in USA. Okay, but Facebook we are using here in our mobile, but entire data will save in their server. Okay. Okay, that also we can call it as server. In SAP also they may have one separate system where our entire data will, other than the landscape, our entire data will go and store in some other server. Okay, so in that way also we can assume maybe there may be chances in that is also maybe server, but so that is what I understood in this question.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
So
servers may be landscape or the data storage point. Yeah.
So in end of the day, we have 4 systems, right? Development, quality, pre-production, and production. So let's assume if production had a problem and it's gone, production was totally destroyed system. So what will be the backup for you? Okay.
Yeah, it's a storage only. No?
There may be some storage, right, for production also. So we can't
database where we get the data.
Yeah, humans make mistakes anywhere, right? In production also there may be chances mistakes may happen. Okay, so in that cases they will use a server. Okay, that is like a storage box, permanent storage. From there they will copy again data from server to production or whatever. Again, that will go in that big that is a big activity again. Okay, that is what I understood. Please add anything. If not, next we'll go to the next question. How many modules you implemented? Okay, so in SAP, can please anyone please explain modules? What all are modules we can? What is modules in FICO? How many modules we have? If you know that, we can answer this easily.
MM module.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
SD module. MM module, SD module, sales module.
Yes.
And these are all functional models, I think so.
Yes. Yes. See, normally in how many modules you implemented for this question? Actually, in FICO we have modules like general ledger accounting, assets, accounts receivable, accounts payable, asset accounting, bank accounting, okay, and controlling, okay. These are sub modules, and we have material management, SD. These all are we have, okay. So, for example, when you are going with when you are going in interview, if he asks this question, you have to say, for example, you have worked in GL, general ledger accounting. Just say general ledger account I have worked for. Or if you are worked for FI and SD integration, you have to say FISD. Or if you are worked for MM, you have to say like that. So it is a real-time question. You have to answer thoroughly on this, okay. But he will ask this question mandatory in interview, okay. So first he will ask where you are comfort to answer. So for that time you have to be answer, I will comfort to answer all accounts receivable questions. Then he will ask questions on accounts receivables also. So like that, this question I may be wrong, please add.
In this question,
Yes,
module.
Mahendra.
Yeah, please go ahead, Shahida.
Yeah, actually, in resume, if you have said like I have been experienced in FI consultant, or whether you have experience in CIVO consultant. If suppose you have kept like I have experience in FI module, so you have to tell what were the remaining modules, what were the modules included in FA only. Where you should not tell like have remaining modules in MMSG or like that. You should not tell in FA modules like accounts receivable, accounts payable, general ledger, asset accounting, bank accounting. You have to discuss about only these modules. Suppose you have mentioned in resume like I have been worked as a CIVO consultant, there you have to tell like I have dealt with the cost element accounting, cost center accounting, profit center accounting, or a profitability analysis, or you have to say like product cost accounting like that. You have to explain those modules only. That's in my opinion.
Yes, correct, Shahida, correct. We need to explain our sub-modules. Like in FI sub-modules, we have APAR, SD, MM, and controlling we have cost center accounting, cost element, and COPA, profitability analysis, and internal auditors, whatever. So it may be, see, the question is very similar. Thing is, how many modules you implemented. So if you are worked for any implemented module, just you say that, and you give your answers in real time. So if you know that module very well, okay. So always choose which module you are strong, and then you tell that module only interviewer, and you answer for all questions. Okay, that will be easy for you. Okay, that is suggestion. Okay, and next question: Did you visit all the manufacturing plants of our client? Okay, so here when it comes to this question, here we need to understand two things. Okay, we may have clients service based or product based. Okay, so here this question is stating product based. So for example, you are working for Tata Motors. Okay, Tata Motors, they are manufacturing motors and vehicles and everything. Okay, right. So when you are working, there may be chances you have to go to the client place and you have to work in the client place only. Okay, that time we need to give answer this. Yes, we have visited the client place, like that. Okay, so if anything, please add. Okay, if not, next we'll go to the next question. How many types of configurations do you have? So configurations, how many types we have? Okay, this also. So configuration, basically whenever you receive as is document, so we will do the configuration. Okay, and whenever that is as is document we will receive, and we have a concept called RISEFs also. So there, that time also we will get the requirement, and we will sit with the paper, and we will make sure that requirement will be fulfilled with the configuration. And configurations, I'm a bit confusing. If anyone knows, please explain.
Yeah, I would like to add something, Mahendra. And here configurations, maybe as per the Chanu sir and notes, there are two types of configurations in implementation or anything. And first one is a baseline configuration and the second one is final configuration. In baseline configuration is nothing but our own module. Is the final configuration is nothing but all functional areas implementation. I think so.
Yes, correct. So this was explained by Chanu, yes. Baseline configuration and main configuration also. Yeah, please, if anyone wants, please add. Okay, fine. Next, we'll move on to the next question. Question is, do you have clients in your development servers? So, see, this question is very important question. If you get this type of question also, you have to be in the position to answer. Very simple question. Do you have clients in your development server? So here the development server means development system, which is golden system. Okay. So in that golden system, do you have server? Do you have client or not? Okay. So please answer this question. I know the answer, but I want you to everyone to answer this question. So this is explained in previous classes also. So client.
Server you have golden client like 110.
Yes.
In quality server testing client 130.
Yeah, so number is optional. Okay, that depends upon the thing. Okay, it's not that is only the number, client number. Okay, client number will be the different 100, 200, 600, 800, like that. So for every server, it doesn't it's not like a development server or quality server or a pre-production or production servers. You have clients in each server. Okay, so you need to tell, do you have clients in your development server? You have to say that yes, I am using client 100, I am using client 600, I am using client 800. So like that you have to give the answer. So client is here in organization structure, client is the highest organizational element. Okay, so without client there is no development. Okay,
SAP we can create 999 clients.
Yeah, you can. Okay, please add anyone, or if we'll go next question. What are the documents you prepare in realization phase? Okay, what are the documents you will prepare in realization? Please, if anyone knows, please answer this.
I think realization phase is nothing but the configuration phase. There may be a baseline configuration and a final configuration, I think so.
Yes, correct. So for example, when you are configuring something in the system, okay, when you are configuring something in the system, so first you will have as document. So based on that you will prepare to be document. Okay, to be document is nothing but SAP document. Also we can call it as a SAP document. Okay, so this SAP document is very important, and before you are configuring anything in the system, you need to prepare the configuration like that the functional spec, or it is design document, some design. You have to prepare SAP document. For example, understand SAP document. So you need to prepare, and then you need to get approval from your manager or your whomever you are reporting. You have to get approvals, and then at the same time you have to get client also. So this is what the requirement, and this is what we are going to configure in the system. Is it fine for you, or we need to add something, or you need to remove something? So that is how you need to get approval, and then you have to configure the system. So SAP document we will prepare. Okay, and I may be wrong, please add anything if I miss. Okay, if not, we'll go for next question. How many types of testings do you have? Okay, so this is explained many times, testings. Okay, please answer. I know answer. If I answer for every question, you people have to be answer.
Yeah.
Okay, will be good.
The testing may be
Five
classified
testings,
into
five types of
testing:
testing.
unit testing, integration testing, UAT, regression testing, performance testing, security testing.
Yes. Please go ahead. Okay. See, basically, if anyone wants to answer, please answer. Okay, fine. I will answer. How many types of testings do you have? If that is the question, you have to say that we have different types of testing in our project. Like that, you can say however you want. You put it in your way. But testings we have unit testing and integrated testing and regression testing and we have UAT, user acceptance test. Okay, for that also we will get sign off. Okay, we have different kinds of testings. This is also depends upon the project. Okay, few companies, few organizations are they will follow one type of testings, like they will do unit testing, they will do regression, and they will do UAT only. So they will not do integrated, or they will not do. That's maybe depends upon the project. Okay, but as a consultant, we should have aware all of this, and we need to answer correctly. Okay, so unit testing. See, as a FSCO consultant, when you do something in the system, when you configure something in the system, as a consultant, you know what you configured in the system, but you have to get the result also, right? So you have configured something and you have to test that whether it is working fine or not. Then only you have to move the changes to next system. Okay, so as a FICO consultant, if you are doing development in development system, you have to do unit testing. So that is called functional unit testing. Okay, and then if you move changes to the next system, there may be quality system. If you move, there may be do integrated testing, integrated testing or system testing. Okay, and then regression testing will happen at production, pre-production. Okay, and final so that is how it will happen. And some cases when you do configuration and you are facing any incident when you are working on any ticket, so that time you need to get user acceptance test also, UAT sign off. Okay, even for regular testing also, user for every configuration user should give UAT sign off, until unless you should not move any changes to any production system. Okay, for every configuration, whether it is a configuration or whether it is an incident or whatever it may be, if you are moving any change, UAT sign off is mandatory, and that is must and should. Okay, so you should not avoid UAT sign off, and you should not move your changes to production without client approval. Okay, you remember this. This is very important. Please add if anything, if I miss. So no problem, don't worry, we will get all answers next day or day after tomorrow from Chanu's class. And next question, what is your role in transporting request? So what is your role in transporting request? Okay, so anybody knows what is transporting request here? Transport request, please answer, and then we'll discuss what is the role.
Transporting request means it is nothing but we are doing a ticket basis ticket related issues, right?
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, I will tell my answer if everybody completes. Please, next. Please use this opportunity. Okay, this is very good, I think, interaction with our group, and we can avoid fear also when we face interview.
From development to quality and quality to production server to transfer that implementation process, we use this transport request. With the help of that transfer request, we will transfer the information from one system to another system.
Yes,
as of my knowledge.
Yes, sir, correct. And next,
we are doing any configuration in development server. After configuration, we change request from development to quality server for quality testing purpose. After completion of testing in quality server, it is transferred to quality to production server for end user work purpose. I think it is transport request.
Yes, Ramarao, yes. Else, anyone, please? Okay, so what is your role in transporting requests? See, transport request basically when you configure something in SAP system, okay, whatever it may be, whether you are working on an incident or whether you are working on a as-is document, yeah, whether whatever you do in the system in change mode, when you click on the save, it will ask transport request. Okay, transport request will come and transport description also will come. So you need to give what change you are doing in the description also. So whether if you are creating company, so you need to creating company so and so name. Okay, so you need to save the transport. So by seeing the transport request name and description, you can understand, oh, this transport is for creation of a company. So like that, you have to create the transport. So your role here question is, what is your role transporting requests? See, basically in as I know that basically some of the organizations when you collect the transports, okay, you will send the base system. Okay, base system will start importing them to development to quality to pre-production, pre-production to production. Okay, in some cases as a FSCO consultant, you have to be an idea that you have to import your own. Okay, there is some transaction code for this, and we have to import this also. So this question also I am a bit confusing. Okay, no problem, we'll get answers from Chanu sir. Okay.
Hello Mahendra, I would like to.
Yeah, please. Yeah, no worry.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, I'll tell the transport request meaning. Basically, it's nothing but a reference number or ID, confirmation ID, where we dump the data from one server to the another server. Yeah. In that point of view, we got an ID that's called a transport request.
Yes, sir, you are correct. So transport number.
I don't know the role exactly. What is the
role? Maybe some cases, as I told, some cases
we need to follow up the role ID.
Yeah, we have to be in the position to move our transport to the next system, and we need to do the testing, or we need to check our changes. Okay, so that may be the role. I think this question is meaning maybe. Okay, we'll see this, no problem. And what is the T code for implementing request, importing request? So if you want to move transport from development server to quality server, okay, so to move you have one transaction code. Okay, so the transaction code if you give in the system, and that will give you the one selection screen. In that selection screen you give your transport number, and then you execute to the target system. For example, target system is quality. So for that we have a one T code. Right now I am not getting the T code. Okay, but if anyone knows, please just tell the T code. Some SM something was there. Okay, we use the T code. If anyone please knows this T code, please answer. Just let us know. Okay, if not, next we will go for the next question. No worry, we will get all question answers we will get in the next session. Okay, what is the T code for releasing requests? So for example, so transport is nothing but transporting. We are transporting something from one place to another place, right? So if you want to move this transport from one system to other system, you have to import that. You have to import that transport. Okay, so development server, what you have to do when you save the transport, you have to release the transport. Okay, so for releasing you have to use T code SC10. Okay, the T code is SC10 or SC09. Okay, two T codes we have. So you go that SC09 or SC10 T code, and you go and you will see all your transports, and whatever transport or time being if you want to release, I can select the transport and you can release that. Okay, next system, if just you release and you inform your base system, and then they will move to that to quality system. Like that it will happen. And what is the T code for transporting request from one server to another? I think this is only that SC10. Releasing request, and both of the questions is SC10 or SC09. Okay, and how many types of requests do we have? Okay, while you are saving the transport, so okay, we have two types of transports. Okay, one is workbench request, one other one is customizing request. Okay, so customizing request means whenever you do configuration, for example, if you create a company, so it will ask customizing request because you are doing customizing. Okay, and there is a one more request is called workbench request. Okay, so this workbench request will happen at any number ranges or cross company changes. When you are doing any changes, that time you will have workbench request. But these we will come to know everything in coming classes. Okay, just I am giving the just overall answer. Okay, I'm not explaining, I am not going deep. Okay, in what scenarios we what is this, what we would getting? Okay, workbench requests. In what scenarios we would getting workbench requests in FI? So I think number ranges also, or some cross company changes when you are doing, that time you will get workbench request. What do we have in test case document? Okay, please if anyone knows, please tell. Okay, remember as a FSCO consultant, when you join the company, they may assign you in some other, like preparing of test cases, or you will be in some other project, some other team, something like that. So you have to be in the position to work in all areas. Okay, what do you have in test case document? So when you're preparing test cases, what you will have in the test case document? Please, anyone? Yeah, basically in test case document we have so for example, if you are configuring company code, okay, so when you are configuring company code, so test case also you need to check, right? Test cases is nothing but what all are the questions and what you are going to expect in result. Okay, so if you are creating company, so just you need to write test case 1 and description and test case ID, and description is creating a company. Expected result is company should be appear in the system. So like that you need to write the test cases in the system in the tool. For this test cases there may be separate tool like Prashant told ALM, something like that. Okay. And next question 31, after transporting the request from one server to another server, how to take it back? So for example, you configured something and you have moved to development system to quality system. But after moving that, you come to know that you have done mistake and you have moved wrong change. Instead of moving something, you have moved something which is not required at all. Okay, in that time, what you will do? How you will make that change correct again? Anyone knows? So basically, if you move any wrong transport, as I know that you need to send, you need to correct it back. You have to change, you have to do changes back again, and you need to send the correct transport. Or some case, I think that is only the way you can do, and there may be some other ways also. I think we will come to know this also. And how many? If question is how many core users do you have? Core users. Okay, core users matlab I think end users, like end users, like that. Core users do you have? So you can say if your company is established in UK, USA, Mexico, Canada, in all places, we can say you will have an idea when you join the project. You will have how many users, how many companies you have, everything. To whom you will giving training. So training once you are implemented the project, and you have to give the training also to the end user. So he don't know how to do how to use the system. You need to give pin to pin where he can, how he can post any entry in the system. So what equals he needs to be used, what and all options he had, everything you need to give the training to the end user. Okay, for this. Anyone wants to add, please add, else I will go next question because time is okay. How many times you will take sign up from core users? See, sign up, we have discussed, sign up means UAT sign up. So whenever you do any configuration, you need to get sign up from your client. Whenever you are working on any incident or any ticket, you need to get sign up from him. Otherwise you should not move any changes. Okay. And for sign off also, for everything SLA is there. If he didn't give a sign up, SLA will impact for them also. Okay. So we have, so SLS also will come into the picture. If sometimes user giving sign up late, that time also SLS will hit. Okay, what is your role in cutover activities? Okay, so I think most of the people know cutover activities we will have in SAP. Cutover activities means month-end activities or year-end activities, or if they are moving from one physical year to next physical year, or one period to next period. So there may be some activities which we have to do. Those activities, in those activities, what is our role? That will come to know in next I think coming classes. What is cutover period also? This also we will come to know in the next coming classes. Okay, these all are not explained yet. Okay. Cutover period is nothing but a 1 month, or we have some certain period. Okay, so like that. So this is all we have questions as of now. So I think we have completed this. If anyone wants to discuss apart from this, or if they want to share their real-time any knowledge or anything, please share, or we can.
Mahendra,
Yes,
this all question we can need to how to give to answer.
yes,
This
yes.
overall, we can prepare like one document also.
Raghu, can you come again?
This oral question,
Yes.
we mostly explain the in word file also we can take. For future whenever in interview question or point, we can know about this question also.
Yes. Fine, Raghu. These questions will be answered by Chanu sir. Okay, end of the day, we will get exact correct answers from him.
Yes.
And then I think that time we may have document, or we have to prepare our own notes on these questions.
Yes, right.
Yeah. If anybody prepares also, we can share the document to the group.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyone? Actually, guys, we have created one WhatsApp group. Okay, the WhatsApp group only for discussing about SAP FICO subjects or questions or any knowledge sharing purpose only. If anybody wants to join that group, join. And Raghu he had that group. Okay, he will add you guys. And another one is just every week or every day, just try to make some group call in this Skype only. So just to discuss subject, to discuss questions, and to discuss anything in further. So that will help us to grow our skills. Okay. Okay, we can make a point. We can make a meeting on every day, or maybe 2 days once or thrice, or weekly once. We can keep one meeting and we can discuss like this only in going forward also. That will help for everyone.
Yes, Mahendra, right.
Fine, guys.
Thank you, Mahendra.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mahendra and Prashant, for sharing your real-time experience with us.
Yeah.
Thank you to all for sharing your knowledge. Mahendra, please plan for what you said, 2-3 days call.
Yeah. So until we complete this course, if you plan one regular call, or 2 days once, or 3 days once, or weekly once, and we join in that call, we can discuss our overall configurations, what and all mistakes we faced, how we resolve, and knowledge subject sharing also. If somebody is strong in accounts, somebody is not strong in accounts, so we can share knowledge, we can understand. So that all will be helpful. Okay, as we have a big group, around 60 members, that will help. Okay.
It is very
So we'll plan that. Okay, guys. Okay, chalo. If nothing is there, then we can wind up this. Yeah.
Yeah, Mahindra, I would like to know something. Are you working as a consultant or working as an end user?
No, I am working as a consultant. Okay. But not in FI.
Okay.
It's like a group reporting.
Group reporting in the sense? I didn't get you.
Group reporting is just now chance or tone. Group reporting is when you have a group of company. For example, Tata is a group, right?
Okay.
Under Tata, you have Tata Steel, Tata Power, Tata. They have Tata Chemicals, Tata telecommunications. You have many things, right? Many business Tata Group had. Okay, so in real time, actually, we have just assume Tata. Let me put it in a way that so Tata Group.
You are working as an overall point of view, I think so.
Yeah. Yes. Now Tata Group wants to publish their financial statements to their shareholders or government authority. For example, for internal purpose also. So basically, we have two reports. Okay, one is internal reporting, another one is external reporting. So external reporting is for shareholders or government authorities or audit purpose. Okay, internal reporting is for management reporting. So internally you will manage your reporting. You will understand what is the expenses, where we need to reduce costs, where we need to reduce costs, and whatever it may be. Okay, we have this type of reports, right? So group reporting will come into the picture when you are drawing reports at group level, not at individual company level, group level.
Okay.
So entire Tata Group this year they had 1 billion crore profit, or they have lost this quarter $1 billion like that. So end of the day, they want to one report at group level. At that time, we have this group reporting will come. Okay.
It is in the SAP format or
everything in SAP only. This is like that is also like different system.
Yeah.
Like how we have FICO system, that is how we have another system like called group reporting system. And there also you configure, you need to do you have to do linkage. All this at least everything should be linked with the group company, and you have some chart of accounts, and all companies should use or post their entries in the chart of accounts. Something there may be some huge things are there. Okay. Inter-unit eliminations, there are many configurations, so you have to do. So at the end of the day, when you post any entry, user posting FI, so the entire data will come into the group reporting only. So end of the day.
Okay.
So like there is, see, basically SAP is a vast subject. Okay, there is no end for it. But
how many
as
years
job
of experience do you have in that?
Close to 5 years. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay, just
Then
so
do you
that's-
have exposure to all FI modules and all, or only?
no. Actually, I have some exposure on BW. Okay.
Okay.
Business
warehouse, BW says.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So business warehouse and those some security things and
Then
security.
you want to learn FI module also.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. See, as a consultant, if you are going any company, you have to learn many things. Not only you should not stick with FI only in future.
Yeah.
Not only you, everybody. So we have to have knowledge on all other modules, other modules, meaning core modules like MM or SD controlling, COPA, all this. So then only we will have what we say. We'll have strong confidence. So.
Okay.
That
fine.
is all about me, guys. So you guys are working?
I'm working as an analyst in Infosys in investment banking profile. Actually, I don't like that profile, but for the time being, I'm joined.
Yeah.
And I have also another question. What's that? Sorry, I forgot.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, is it a manageable thing by putting experience in a resume?
Guys, this question, see, for your question, Chanu sir will answer correctly, Sudhir.
Yeah, you are actually working.
Actually, I am working, but you take Chanu sir suggestion. Later, I will give you my opinion, okay?
Yeah, okay. Fine.
Whatever I had experience, I will give you. But as time being, you take from Chanu sir. Okay, then I will give you my suggestion if I have anything. Okay, and yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Sudhir, and thank you, guys. Chalo, we'll wind up this class. I think Chanas are not there in this class. Okay, this call. Okay, we'll connect tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mahindra bro and Prashant bro, for your experiences.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Chalo, guys. Bye.
Bye, Mahindra. Bye all.